What's going on, guys? Thanks for stopping by. I hope everyone's having a great day. This is Josh, as always, of Vault Hunters Union, here to bring you yet another Versus video. And this time we're going to be comparing two things that I don't really think should be compared at all. And that is, we're going to be comparing a PC, which is Windows, and Mac. Now again, I don't think these two things should be compared at all, because even though they are both operating systems, it's like comparing an apple to a banana physically. They're both fruits, but they're both obviously very different physically. This is the same with these two operating systems here. But I'm going to break this down into a few categories and talk about which ones I think are better and why. And then at the end I'm going to tell you guys which one I personally prefer and why that is. So I hope you enjoy. Please feel free to leave your comments below, which I'm sure you will. Please feel free to share the video and subscribe if you are new. So the first thing I want to talk about today is looks. And in terms of pure cosmetics, I am going to give the nod to Mac. You can get some really gorgeous looking Windows laptops, PC laptops, and also custom gaming or other computer cases. But at the end of the day, the Macs are definitely sleek looking. If you walk into a room full of PCs and laptops and one guy's got a Mac, you're immediately going to be drawn to that, because it's basically a sign of class and wealth. There's a reason why businesses and people who travel on businesses and stuff like that have MacBook Pros, and they have Macs, iMacs and stuff like that in their businesses, because they're definitely sleek looking and it's a sign of wealth and professionalism, and that's definitely something you want. If that's something you're after, if you're looking for pure cosmetics and looks, you're definitely going to want to get a Mac. So the next thing I want to talk about is gaming. And 100% of the time, I'm sure even Mac users will agree, I'm going to give the nod to PCs. And that's pretty much a standard thing. Most people are aware. PCs definitely run games much better. You can get them geared towards gaming. Macs are generally more for business or casual use. They're not really made for gaming. Some studies have shown that some games can be played pretty good on a Mac, but PCs also have the advantage, and we'll talk about this more later, that you can upgrade the components. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for high-end gaming or 100% being able to play any game you want, you're definitely going to want to get a PC. So the third thing I want to talk about is compatibility. So in terms of components on a PC, you'll almost always have components made by different manufacturers, and there may be compatibility issues. For example, you may have like an MSI motherboard but an ASUS GPU. They may fit together and plug in together, but they may not be fully compatible, and you always kind of run that risk with PCs, and PC components can be very expensive, so it's a risk that you have to take. There's generally not really any issues, but you do have the possibility. Software as well, there may be issues, like if there's a new version of Windows that comes out, your current hardware or software may not work. With Mac, you never have to worry about that. It's always compatible. As well, it's very easy to pair up other Apple devices like your iPads, iPhones, and iPods. Everything syncs together perfectly. It's really an awesome system. So if you're looking for something like that with a lot of compatibility, you have an iPad, you have an iPhone, and depending on what you need the computer for, it may be to your advantage to get a Mac. So in this situation, I am going to give the win to Mac, because they definitely win in terms of compatibility. Going back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of upgradability, that is going to be the next topic. Hands down, you have to give the nod to PCs and Windows, because you can take open your case and add components to it. There's thousands of components. You can upgrade the RAM, GPU, CPU, motherboard. You can basically upgrade everything in the case to improve the performance of the PC. With a Mac, you cannot upgrade, even on the iMacs and stuff, you cannot upgrade the components. So you can't put in, if you decide, hey, I have an iMac but I want a game, you can't install a third-party GPU. They don't work together. That's a compatibility issue. So you definitely want, if you're looking to do any gaming or anything high, well, not necessarily high performance, but if you're looking for gaming, or if you're looking for something that you're going to get, but you may want to upgrade later on at a later date, you're definitely not going to be able to do that with an iMac. So I would definitely recommend getting a PC. So the next thing I want to discuss is the ease of use and the learning curve. And in terms of overall simplicity, I am 100% going to give the nod to Mac, especially now. Windows 8.1 was kind of a bit of a clusterfuck. If you're a first-time PC user and you get Windows 8.1, it's incredibly confusing and hard to learn. Windows 7 and previous years weren't hard to learn at all. It was pretty straightforward. But this is going to be a lot of controversy, because people who are regular PC users are going to argue Macs are hard to use, and people who are Mac users are going to argue that PCs are hard to use. But from an unbiased opinion, I have owned both in the past, and I do love both. I'm definitely, again, going to give that nod to Mac, because literally it's just like the iPads and stuff. You can plug it in, everything is right there in front of you. It's very easy to use. Within like 30 minutes, you got the hang of everything pretty much you need. Windows can be a little bit more tricky. I think there's a lot more you can do with the Windows, but it takes a long time to really kind of learn how to do that. So in terms of overall use, just plug it in and go and get it hands down, get the basics down in as little time as possible. Definitely hands down giving it to the Mac. So the next thing that we need to discuss is price and dollar value. Which one is going to give you more value for your dollar than the other? And I think in the upfront, it's going to be the PC. In the long run, it's going to be a Mac. Now, I was able to find a MacBook Pro, the 13.3 inch. It's got the 2.6 gigahertz i5 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, and it's also got the 1 terabyte hard drive. It was almost $1,600. In comparison, I was able to find similar specifications on Windows laptops with a bigger screen, not with the Retina display, of course, that's unique to Apple, but with everything else was the same or even better, and it was like $600, $700, $800. So half the price, and you're getting the same specifications. Now, at the same time, Mac PCs tend to last a lot longer before they need to be changed out. Like, people have 5 or 6 year old MacBook Pro still that run just like new. They definitely run a lot better. So in the long run, you may have to upgrade your laptop within 5 or 6 years at most, whereas with a Mac, it's going to last a lot longer. So I think in the short term, PC for sure, and that transfers over. I know I use the MacBook and the laptop as an example, but it transfers over to PCs as well. But in the long run, I think that Macs are going to be better dollar for dollar just because they're going to last you longer. But again, it depends what you want to use it for. So we've kind of gone over a bit of everything here today. So at the end of the day, I need to decide now which one I like better, Mac or PC. If you put a gun to my head and said, which one would you rather have, it would kind of be hard for me to decide. I'm a gamer, so I would probably get a PC. But if you ask me, hey, which one do you like better overall? I would have to say it depends, and it depends on what you are going to be using it for. So if you're a gamer, you're looking for something you can customize or upgrade in the future, you know, maybe keep your case but upgrade some components later on, you're definitely going to want a PC. If you're someone who's all about elegant and looks and display, you know, the amazing Retina display, you don't really game, you're just a casual user, but you definitely want something that's going to last a long, long time and be very reliable, you're definitely going to want a Mac. If you're just a casual person just going to school and you need something you can type out your lessons or do your homework on, I would say a PC is probably going to be the better choice, only because you can get decent PCs for like $300 or $400 and they should last you a couple of years. If you're someone who's going to be looking for something to last a long time, or you're a business owner for sure, or someone going on, you know, if you want something in your business so customers are going to see it, you're definitely, I would say, want a Mac, because it definitely has that, you know, people see that and it's a symbol of class and wealth. If you're going on trips as well, I would definitely recommend, you know, business trips, having that the iMac or the MacBook Pro, because it definitely, again, people look at it as a sign of class. They think you have money, and really it is. It's a sleek, elegant looking thing, very professional looking. But that's just my opinion, not yours. I would love to hear yours down below in the comments. Please leave a like rating whether you agree or disagree, although I know you're going to disagree if you don't agree with my opinion, and that's cool. But please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and please share the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Peace.